say, the East Indian Trading Company. Architecture, I would advise you please visit this building. Also from the inside, nowadays it's a hotel, so you can make a free visit. From the inside, it's also very nice designs. And notice these houses, especially the old ones. You maybe noticed they're very. And I told you these houses that were built for storage. Most of the canal house in Amsterdam, the old ones, were built in the 17th century for people. They lived there. They had their office over there and their storage. But because of these narrow, steep stairs, it wasn't possible to get your goods up. And they want to store the goods always on the top. And so that's why they invented the system. And so on top of most of the canal houses in Amsterdam, you can see a wooden beam. And on the wooden beam there is a hook. And on this hook they can attach a rope. And with this system they can pull up the goods from the ground floor to the top floor. And nowadays, sometimes we still use this old system, especially when a house needs a renovation, to pick up restoration material, put the dirt down. Yeah. Tower here on my right, and with this tower, it wasn't a tower always. And past Amsterdam had around the old city center a city. It's really overcrowded in the city just.
Wie stellst du da einen Schrank hin?
Years ago they changed a park. And for your orientation, we're now just doing this.
Yeah.
Leaning backwards and forwards. It's not that they built houses like this, they built them straight. 1,000 years find a solution because they get poles from the Schwarzwald, from Germany. Trees, poles. Put it in the ground. On top of the
Das kannst du mit dem
guys from the USA, you heard it right, I said City Hall. Because it's probably one of the most ugliest town halls in Europe. Canal. And in the canal there is a white bridge, and behind the white bridge you can see the southern tower. In a few seconds on the right. To turn with the boat, so that you have time enough for a picture. Because I also want to show you another. question for located in this building. Very lucrative for the owners because you have to pay 400 euros a night. But you maybe also notice a lot of the houseboats, are very tall, very high. For example, this one on my right, the black white one. Sometimes. Now on my right, the most famous bridge in the Netherlands is called the Skinny Bridge, the Magere Brug. And we call this bridge the Magere Brug, the Skinny Bridge, because in the past, if you want to pass each other in the middle of this bridge, it was very narrow, very small. As you to pass each other in the middle of the bridge, you had to hug each other. They say to pass. It's full attached with lights. And they will burn in the late evening, so it's a very nice scenery to see. So if you want to see the scenery, visit the bridge, the Blue Bridge. Here on my right you have the Hotel L'Europe. There was a day that Freddy Heineken, do you know Heineken, the beer brand? The owner, his name was Freddy. So one day he go eat here with his wife, and then he decided to buy the hotel and give it to his wife. So that's why you can see the name Ferry over there. Yeah, but the funny thing about Freddy Heineken, he was the beer factory producer, but Freddy Heineken he didn't like beer. So a question for you: how many people you think we have in Amsterdam? How many citizens? Any idea how many bikes? Yeah, but you don't only have bikes on the streets. You also have a lot of bikes are ending up in the canals. And so as a joke we always say in Amsterdam, and the water depth of the canals is always 3 meters. First you have a meter of mud, then a meter of bicycles. And every year they take out the Amsterdam canals more than 15,000 bikes. 1.5. Completely fair because they're not only people from China but from all. And marijuana and smoke it. It's not allowed anymore since last week to smoke it on the street. You can only smoke it in the coffee shop.
Come on.
Bank holiday today, so they're not working today, so I've got a picture of this boat collecting bikes. Tesla Model 3 and the Tesla Model 3 is problem. It's autopilot system. The problem was that some of the canals next to them were also programmed to crash. So a few years ago you can see this picture really all the time. Now, here you have a bike now, here on the left. You can see it. We're almost at the end of your tour, and I hope you enjoyed it. But I also hope you enjoyed the guiding, Captain. If you want to thank me, it is possible with the glass jars. Feel free, but it's highly appreciated. But as last, I've got a funny story for you. It's on my left, the Victoria Hotel. Because